Okay, students, here I am giving you some food sources. This is all about the specific food sources of macronutrients. I'm not going to micronutrients because micronutrients are huge. Um, we have vitamins, we have minerals. In vitamins, we have water soluble vitamins, we have fat soluble vitamins, and these are already in your book. So I'm not going into that part. Uh, the part which I will cover in this video, that is the main food groups, the main macronutrient from the food groups, that is carbohydrate, fat and proteins. So here you will see two or three terms like simple sugar, complex sugar, complete protein, incomplete protein, essential amino acids, essential fatty acids. All these terms you will listen that. I mean, in NCERT, these are not provided, but in NCERT, they have mentioned the just that the quality of protein. I mean, how to improve the quality of protein in your diet. So I thought that maybe complete protein and incomplete protein may come in your exam. So you have already started about the food sources, we in various kinds of fruits, in various kinds of fruit juice, we are getting antioxidants. Similarly, we are getting protein from the meat sources, the fish. We are getting calcium from milk sources. We are getting iron from animal sources. We are getting iron from organ meat, and vitamin C we can get from the citrus fruit. But if you know about the food pyramids, the food guide pyramids are basically covering all the five food groups. All the five food groups in India. Five food group classification is used as a guide of a meal planning, that you already know. And availability of the food, cost, meal pattern and deficiency diseases are some of the main factors that have been considered while compiling these groups. In the food pyramid, you can see this. In nutrient content of all the food item in a group, I mean in all the five food groups, may not be same, but variety of food from each group should be included in your balanced diet so that you can get adequate amount of nutrient from each group. So you already know about five food groups, like cereals, grains, product, pulse and legumes. Number 3 is milk and meat products, fruits, vegetables, fats and sugar. And the main nutrient in it, like in cereals products you can get energy, protein, invisible fat, vitamin B1, B2. In pulses and legumes you can get protein, thiamine, riboflavin, that means vitamin B2, calcium, iron, fiber. In milk and milk product you can get protein, fat, calcium. In meat you can get protein, fat, vitamin A, vitamin B12. In fruits and vegetables you can get so much amount of antioxidants, that means the carotenoids, vitamin C, riboflavin, betalin, all this. In fats and sugars you can get high amount of fat, essential fatty acids, fat soluble, all the fat soluble vitamins, irons, etc. But here you are listening one common term, that is protein energy and protein energy, right? Like protein energy, you can get protein from meat and milk product, you can get protein from cereals, you can get protein from pulses also. But all that proteins are same, you can say that? Can you say that all that protein, if the protein we can get from the cereal and the protein we can get from the meat, are these proteins same? No, that is not same. The sugar or the carbohydrate we are getting from the rice and the carbohydrate we are getting from a fruit or a vegetable, are those carbohydrates same? No, those are not same. This is why I'm making this video, that you so that you can understand the basic difference between the simple sugar and the complex sugar. That means the difference between the carbohydrate you are getting from the rice and the carbohydrate you are getting from the vegetables. Let's start. See, first of all, we are going to study about the carbohydrates. See, if you see our daily dietary sources, you can see that pure sugar, the number one, you can get the term simple sugar or the pure sugar. Simple sugar or the pure sugar are 100% carbohydrate, like syrups, jellies, jams contain 70 or 80%. Cereals, food, flours, crackers contains about 60 to 85%. Whether if you see the leafy vegetables or the green leafy vegetables or the like beans, or you can get like amaranth, spinach, drumstick, all the roots and tubers, you can get the carbohydrate that are like contains only 6% or 8% of carbohydrate. So that means we are dividing the carbohydrates into two, like one is simple sugar, another is complex sugar. Now we will study about what are the sources of simple sugar and what are the sources of complex sugar, and which carbohydrate is good for our health. Simply you can see that complex sugar are complex sugar used to take time to digest. Whether you can say that the simple sugar like glucose, like the like like the simple sugar you can get from the bread or donuts or a cup of rice. These are easy to digest, number one. Number two, the simple sugar are basically sweet, okay, and their sweetness is really high. And if you compare the sweetness of the simple sugar to the complex sugar, you can see that this is less sweet, like the complex carbohydrates are less sweet. And this is also healthy because complex sugar slowly rise the blood glucose level. So that means you can give them you can give those complex sugar to the diabetic patient also. You can get it, I mean you can consume the complex carbohydrate if you want to lose your weight. So this is all about the sources of simple sugar and complex sugar. So simple sugar and complex sugar, so that means from the carbohydrate, I mean those both are carbohydrate, like the complex sugar and the simple sugar, both are carbohydrate, right? Like these donuts, is okay, let me change the pen color. Yes, this donuts is also carbohydrate. This donuts is also carbohydrate, and this roots and vegetables are also carbohydrate. But whenever you are getting some donuts, the calorie and the sweetener and the calorie and sweetness both are high. Why? Because those contains the simple sugar. And whenever you are consuming this roots and tuber, or the some cereals like oats, the cereals like bajra, cereals like rice flakes, that means you are getting the or cereals like or vegetables like carrot, brinjals, curry leaves, or other green leafy vegetable, you can say these are the less sweet thing. So that means these are the complex carbohydrate. So that means question can come that what are the sources of complex carbohydrate and simple carbohydrate, and which one is better for your health, or which one is better to maintain the blood sugar level. So that means obviously our answer will be complex carbohydrate, okay, don't miss out that. Number 2 is protein. So I have already covered the protein sources, like from the animal protein, which are good, like if you see which protein is good, like the animal protein is obviously good, but why, that I did not say. Now see, um, in protein we will see um, complete protein and incomplete protein. Whenever we are talking about the complete protein, what are the complete protein, I mean which which proteins are basically complete and which are the partially complete and which are the totally incomplete. So see, to to get the value, or to get the importance of complete protein, we have to understand what are the essential amino acids. See, amino acids are the tiniest part or the simplest form of the protein. Okay, that means suppose you are eating 1 gram of protein, whichever protein you are having, after digestion the simplest form you can have it from that particular protein, that simplest form is amino acids. Okay, now in amino acids we are having some essential amino acids and some non-essential amino acids. So some essential amino acids are whom, like essential amino acids are those cannot be synthesized inside our body. Okay, means suppose this is your body, you are consuming a protein, this protein are having amino acids. Okay, this protein are having amino acids, this is amino acids, these proteins are having amino acids. Okay, this because the amino acids are the simplest form. Now whenever we are talking about the essential amino acid, essential EAA or essential amino acids, whenever we are talking about the essential amino acids, these are not synthesized inside the body. Okay, inside the body these are not synthesized. So to meet those body needs of the essential amino acids, we have to take it from the other sources, like from the other protein sources. Okay, what are those essential amino acids? The name are not important, but still I am saying that methionine is an essential amino acid, cysteine is an essential amino acid, phenylalanine is an essential amino acid, tyrosine. These essential amino acids are really important. Like another one for phenylalanine amino acids, lysine, methionine, isoleucine, leucine, valine, threonine. These are all the essential amino acids. But whenever we are talking about the non-essential amino acids, glycine, alanine, serine, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, glutamine, tyrosine, all these are the non-essential amino acids. That means these are synthesized in our body. That means those non-essential amino acids we can get from our body itself, but the essential amino acids we cannot get from our body. So that means from that means we have to get those essential amino acids from a protein source itself. Okay, so which kind of protein source, from which kind of protein source we are getting for those essential amino acids? So here we are coming like the complete protein, like those complete protein. I mean, what are those complete protein? Complete protein basically contains enough of the essential amino acid to maintain the tissue and promote the normal rate of growth. Okay, and basically what are those if your complete protein source are containing essential amino acids, like adequate amount of essential amino acids, that means their absorption rate will be much higher than a incomplete protein source. So that means what are those food sources? Like you can see in the these are the complete protein sources, like the egg, milk, meat, fish, poultry. All these are the essential amino acid protein. Okay, now if you see all this protein like meat, poultry, dairy, egg, all these are the animal protein, which are the plant protein. Like in plant protein you can get soybean only, soybean only, which is basically the complete protein. But still in soybean we have some anti-nutritional factors. That is why we have to soak the soybean in a warm water, then we have to just stain the water, and then we should consume soybean to just remove the anti-nutritional factor. But that is not important. The important is what is the source of complete protein and what is the source of incomplete protein. Now whenever you are coming to the incomplete protein part, like these are basically incapable of replacing building the new tissues, or these are lack of sufficient amino acids or sufficient amount of essential amino acids, you can say. So what are those protein, like what are those incomplete protein? Basically vegetable, legumes or pulses, nuts, seeds, these are the incomplete protein. So these sources are very very important, I'm telling you, because maybe question can come like dash is the source of complete protein. In like in option you can get like meat. In option you can get option A meat, option B bengal gram, option C legumes, option D is soybean. So now here you can see that one is meat. Meat is there, also soybean is there, but what will be your first preference? Your first preference should be meat, okay, because meat is the animal source, and obviously any animal source or any animal protein has a higher absorption rate than a plant source. So that is why we will choose that option, that A option, that is meat. Similarly we will if there is egg or if there is milk, then we will choose the animal protein only. So that is the complete protein which are having high biological value. What is biological value, that is not important, let's not get into that. But you should remember the food sources of complete protein and the incomplete protein. Now the part of complementary protein, I'm coming to that part. But here see revision part, that is what is complete protein and what is incomplete protein. That means complete protein has enough amount of essential amino acids, whereas incomplete protein, they lack sufficient amount of some amino acid or some essential amino acids, those are necessary for the growth. Okay, now you can see like adults under no physiological stress can maintain satisfactory nutrition for indefinite period when consuming sufficient amount of protein from certain food group like cereals or legumes. Those are incomplete protein. Like if you are adults, like if you are having no physiological problem, then you can obviously get the amino acid or get the incomplete protein, um, uh, which can meet your daily requirement simply. uh, but still if you have the complete protein in your daily basis, then yeah, your growth rate will be higher, your immunity will be stronger simply. Whenever we are coming to that part, like how to improve our quality of the protein, like see, this part is very important. Like we are consuming rice, we are consuming dal or pulses. So rice is having some protein, whereas pulse are lack of some important amino acids. But if we simply mix those things like rice or pulses, and we make khichdi, then we can get both the amino acid or both the thing from that particular food. Like see, like most of the world's people consume diet in which protein is derived solely from the plant sources, or the animal sources. Like when you are consuming an appreciable amounts of plant protein, okay, when you are consuming an appreciable amount of plant protein, um, similarly you are consuming a small amount of animal protein, the quality of the mixture is as effective as when you only consume the animal protein. For example, you can see, for example, lysine. Lysine is a limiting amino acid in cereal. Like all the cereals are somewhat lack in lysine, but when cereals are consumed with milk, or let's say eggs, they supply lysine. So that means if you mix that cereal and egg or milk, you can get lysine totally. Okay. Similarly, um, thus you can say macaroni, cheese, cereals, bread, those are complementary to each other. Complementary, that means একে অপরকে কমপ্লিমেন্ট করছে, মানে আমার কাছে যেটা নেই সেটা আরেকজনের কাছে আছে, আর দুটোকে একসাথে মিলিয়ে মিশিয়ে খেলে যার কাছে দুটোর অ্যামাইনো অ্যাসিডই আমি পাচ্ছি। উই ক্যান গেট দ্য অ্যামাইনো অ্যাসিড ফ্রম দ্য টু সোর্সেস অনলি। ওকে। Similarly, when legumes and pulses are combined, when legumes and pulses are combined with cereals, they also complement each other. Legumes are low in methionine and cysteine, but they are good sources of lysine. And cereal grains, nuts, seeds like whole wheat, oatmeal, walnut, pumpkin seed, they are low in lysine but good source of methionine and cysteine. So that means if you mix those, like if you mix those things along with that, that means you can get methionine, cysteine, also you can get lysine. Okay, so that means the thing we are trying to say that we should consume the complementary protein. Like here you can say the complementary protein. With grains you mix with legumes, then only you can get a kind of complete protein. Okay, like this is why in the ICDS, or this is why in the school tiffin, in the school meal or the midday meal program, you can get that khichdi is a very appreciable, very appreciated khichdi. Why khichdi is so much appreciated and highly acceptable? Because these are the complementary protein. Okay, because these are having grains, these are having legumes, these are having all the vegetables. So that means we can get all the kind of protein from that particular food source, one food source. Okay, so let's get to the topic of fat. Fats are very important. Like what are the good fats and what are the bad fats? Whenever you are getting the good fats and the bad fats, you have to see that what are the saturated fat, what are the unsaturated fat, and what are the artificial trans fat. Like see, obviously unsaturated fat, that means all the fat from the plant source are basically healthy, and we should limit the intake of the saturated fat, that means the animal fat. Basically these are the animal fat, and these are the plant fat. These are the plant fat. Now here you can see the avocado oil, edible oil, basically the nuts, almonds, walnut, etc. And here in animal fat you can see that butter, cheese, these are both are okay, you can have both. But whenever you are having this, like the trans fat, we should basically avoid it. Now this is all about the thing, and here essential fatty acid and their properties, these are not important, but yeah, you can go through this. But the most important thing is simple sugar, complex sugar, complete protein, incomplete protein, and those name of the essential fatty acids, omega 6 and omega 3, and their sources. Like omega 6 you can get from the seed oil, from the avocado, uh, and omega 3 you can get from chia seeds, oily fish, etc. Both are important. Like omega 3 is important for vision, omega 3 is important for your nervous system, whereas omega 6 is important for your heart, for your I mean the heart health. Okay, basically the heart health, etc. So this is all about today's class. um, you have to remember the food sources separately. You have to remember the vitamin sources, like what are the vitamins, like thiamine is B1, riboflavin is B2. Those name you have to remember. um, why? Because in exam maybe uh, you are getting B2, like write two sources of B2, but your book is having riboflavin. So you read, you have read this riboflavin. So now if you don't know the code name of riboflavin is B2, so that means you cannot attain that particular answer, the particular question, sorry, the particular question. So similarly you have to know that code name of riboflavin is B2, code name of thiamine is B1, cyanocobalamin is B12, folic acid is B9. That you have to remember. Similarly, another thing you have to remember that antioxidants are carotenoids, flavonoids. These are the antioxidants. So simply, so this is all about today's class. Have a This is also seriously, this is all about today's class. So have a healthy mind and healthy body, and if you have any kind of doubt, you ask me in the comment section. And if you if you like this video, I mean if you think that this video is going to help you in the exam, then obviously do like this. Thank you so much.